Hey everyone, welcome into Star Wars Republic, our show about all things Star Wars here on the Arena Productions. I am Expat, and we're doing another Star Wars The Bad Batch episode here, Season 2, Episode 9, called The Crossing. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be doing a recap, and I just want to let everybody know, obviously, as we do here with every episode of The Bad Batch, we are going to be doing a spoiler-filled recap of The Crossing, Season 2, Episode 9. So if you have not seen the episode yet, please go and watch it on Disney Plus before coming back and enjoying this video, because throughout the video here, I will be doing a spoiler recap of the episode. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. So obviously the episode starts, they're flying onto this new planet. We don't get the name of the planet or anything, but it looks like this desert planet. You get like the kind of the spaghetti westernish type of music at the beginning. And it's interesting, it kind of reminded me of Geonosis in a sense. And where the Marauder actually landed, it looked really similar to the area where Obi-Wan landed in, of course, episode 2. On Geonosis, but obviously it's not Geonosis, but it's another desert type of planet. And of course, they're going to this. It's kind of like a mine that belongs to Sid. Sid had bought it, and they're there to mine Ipsium. So Ipsium is, when refined, it's a very combustible material in its raw state, but it's a valuable mineral nonetheless. And so that's what Sid wants. And so they're there to mine this. So basically, Hunter and Tech go inside, and Hunter tells, Omega and Wrecker to stay outside and to watch the Marauder. But the problem is the Marauder is out of view, and Tech and Hunter are able to find some of the Ipsium, and they ask Omega to come in and to help them. And so Wrecker's out there by himself, but he can't really see the Marauder. And so they have some poachers. This one poacher has been watching ever since they got there. And the poacher just comes up and basically, is checking out the ship and all. And later on, he takes off with the ship. And obviously, later they blame, Wrecker. It's kind of like the blame game that's going on. But really, the central focus of this episode, again, is Omega. And we're going to get to her next. Okay, so now Omega is inside, but before she actually got inside, she was talking about how she, missed Echo. Obviously, because in the last episode, Echo went with Captain Rex to help other clones out. And so he's on his own other mission now. But she's still really feeling the loss of Echo. And but anyway, she gets inside and she does her thing. She drills out some of the Ipsium, and she's able to extract it and all. And so they go outside thinking, okay, the mission's complete, we've got what we need. And then of course the Marauder's gone. And like I was saying a little bit earlier, the blame game starts going around and all. And so they have to find a way to find another ship to get off the planet. And earlier we see this big sandstorm coming, kind of like the sandstorms on Tatooine. But anyway, there was a big sandstorm that was coming, blowing their way as they were going through the canyons, walking, because apparently Tech had found an area where they could maybe locate some settlement where they could get a ship. But as they're going that way, then this just herd of animals just kind of come their way, these bluish animals, and they almost get trampled. And the Ipsium, obviously, if they would have trampled on the Ipsium, it would have blown up in their faces and everybody would have died. But luckily they were able to climb up. But Wrecker, he's like, taking the brunt. He's like laying on the Ipsium case, and all of them are just stampeding him basically. But he survives. He's like, oh, my back and all. But they're able to find another cave where they go in because of the storm. I mean, the storm is coming, and there's like lightning in this storm. It seems like, and they obviously they lose their Ipsium because it blows up, but they're able to get inside the cave. And so now they have to find their way out of the cave because they're, the cave that they're inside, the rocks caved it in, the entrance, and so they can't get out. So it's like, the blame's going around again and all, and so whose fault? It's your fault, this and that, and but Omega, she's getting really, really upset, and you can see the child in her still kind of pouting in a way, but now she wants to be by herself, and then she goes off farther and deeper into the cave, and she finds a huge assortment of Ipsium, like in the walls and everything. And so she starts drilling and all, and then Hunter and Wrecker are saying, Tech, you need to really go talk to Omega. And so he goes to talk to her, and as she's drilling, they figure, okay, well, we can extract all of this, which is a huge abundance of it, and give it to Sid. And so Tech starts helping her with the extraction, but then there's the final vial that they need to put the Ipsium in. She reaches over, but then she falls, and there's this huge river that just starts to flow down. And then Tech, of course, goes after her, and they go deeper and deeper in, and then they get into the water there at the very bottom of this cave. And so the best part of the episode I'm going to talk about next. Okay, so as I was saying, obviously the two, they went through the kind of like this river cavern, inside the cavern, and they wind up at the very bottom. And so they're sitting with each other, and Omega is basically trying to explain to Tech, aren't we family? I mean, we're family. We should be together. All of us should be together. And she's trying to tell Tech that, he should show his emotion more, in a sense. I mean, she doesn't literally say that, but I mean, it's like Tech, he's more of this kind of like this robotic, personality where he doesn't show his emotion and all. What Omega is trying to say is, we're family, aren't we? And, you should try to act more like a family member, in a sense. And but Tech, kind of as the adult, basically is telling her that, especially with Echo and Crosshair, that they chose their own path, and he had to respect that. And there's moments when he doesn't show his emotion as much, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't feel any less than Omega. And I really, really like this moment of the episode because they're really starting to bond with each other. Echo's now gone, so Tech is kind of, in a sense, becoming that replacement for Echo to Omega. Someone that will be there for her, just like Hunter, obviously. But Tech, I thought this was a really cool moment. Yeah. So anyway, they're able to finally communicate with Hunter and Wrecker, and so Hunter and Wrecker come down the river flow into the bottom of the cavern, and obviously they're able to take one of the vials, and obviously Tech is the one to shoot it. Wrecker obviously wants to shoot it, but Tech isn't going to have any of that because if it's not a precise shot, then all of them could get destroyed and killed. So Tech takes the shot, of course, and with his pinpoint accuracy is able to blow a hole through the cavern there so they can exit. And so they exit, and they find this what looks like a spaceport, and so they have to head that way. And we're going to get to the final part of the episode now. Okay, so at the end of the episode, they're in this spaceport, but it looks like an abandoned spaceport. But Tech sees like a communications array there, which he is able to, of course, rig and be able to communicate with Sid. And obviously Sid's trying to get out of trying to help them because she's like, it's not my fault that you guys lost your ship and all. But obviously Tech reminds her that, hey, we were the ones that helped save you and helped you get out of debt and all. And so then she compromises and said, okay, give me a couple of days, to to try to figure out what to do. And then she kind of like just pulls the plug on the transmission there. And so that leaves the crew here stranded for at least a couple of days. And obviously Omega at the end, she's like, hey, we'll figure out a way. We always have. We'll figure out a way to get through this. So it seems like she's the, the one with, the plan in mind, it seems, at the end of the episode here. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I didn't think it was as good as episode 7 and 8 last week. I mean, those two episodes, the clone conspiracy and truth and consequences, were amazing episodes. So this was kind of a downer in a sense, but it was a good episode, and I really enjoyed, like I said, the camaraderie at the end, especially between Omega and Tech. I mean, kind of a bonding episode in a sense with them. So it'll be interesting to see next week how they get out of this predicament and how they're able to hopefully get the Marauder back, because that's really what Omega was upset about. Obviously, besides Echo leaving, she was really upset that the Marauder is gone now, and she really wants it back because she feels that the Marauder is their home. So yeah, so that was that was an emotional part of the episode. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to next week, and I hope you can all join us for the next episode that I do here of The Bad Batch, Season 2, Episode 10, which will be coming out next week, and I'll be making the video for it. And obviously, just a programming note, The Mandalorian Season 3 is starting on March 1st, and obviously we are going to be doing recap and discussion episodes on each episode of Mandalorian Season 3 when it starts. So hope you can stay tuned and watch us here on the Arena Productions as we do those. So yeah, really excited for The Mandalorian Season 3 to see where Mando and Grogu and go into Mandalore, and of course what Bo-Katan is up to and all. So it's going to be an interesting season, I think, of The Mandalorian Season 3. So, of course, we're going to be bringing it to you here on the Arena Productions. So anyway, of course, you can check out this episode as well as all of our episodes of The Bad Batch and Star Wars Republic and all of our other content over on Patreon as well. So please check out our Patreon. All of our episodes are ad-free, and we also have exclusive content on our Patreon as well. So please come and check that out, and consider becoming a patron and helping support our content creation. So anyway, this has been The Bad Batch, Season 2, Episode 9, The Crossing, our spoiler recap. I've been your host, Expat, and I hope to catch you next week. So take care, everyone. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.